Hello folks, so it's the moment of truth for SoundHound investors on Thursday afternoon, with Q1 earnings being released after market close. In this video, I'll go over what the market is expecting in terms of revenue, earnings and guidance for the rest of the year, how SoundHound's share price will react to various scenarios, and my game plan. How am I positioned heading into this earnings report, and what am I going to do after? Before we begin, most of you are not subscribed, so please hit that like and subscribe button to get instant updates when I post SoundHound videos. And also, I'm not a financial advisor, so take all my content with a grain of salt and seek professional financial advice if you need to. Okay, so the market is expecting these numbers for the top and bottom line in the upcoming earnings report. An EPS loss of 9.2 cents per share and $10.1 million in revenue. The EPS is probably not going to matter much unless there is a huge difference between expected versus actual. I think the most important number will be revenue, since SoundHound is basically a growth story. Furthermore, guidance for Q2 will be closely scrutinized. I'm not sure of the expected revenue guidance for Q2, but here is a table showing the full year expected revenue. Anyway, here's how the earnings report could play out. If we get a beat on revenue, it could also result in an upgrade to both Q2 and full year revenue guidance. If SoundHound also beats on EPS, this would be the ideal scenario for the bulls, and I think we can get a 30% pop after hours. Let's look at the next best scenario, and that is a revenue beat plus upgrade to guidance, but a larger than expected EPS loss. Then I think the stock will go up only 20% after hours. But what happens if it loses on both revenue and EPS, with guidance for the rest of the year coming in below expectations? Well then, I think the stock will probably tank 30+% after hours. So in my opinion, we are going to get at least a 20% move after hours, and it's going to be either positive or negative. Because of this huge expected volatility, it looks like some investors have been offloading risk heading into earnings, but who knows what will happen on Thursday's session before earnings is actually announced. Why the huge moves, you may ask? Well, look at SoundHound's valuation. It has a price to sales of 32, no earnings, and it's losing a lot of money every year. In other words, it's priced for very strong growth, and if it doesn't deliver, the market will punish it accordingly. However, if the numbers are bad, I think management might be able to massage investor sentiment with several things. The large backlog of work, new restaurant customers, NVIDIA Drive collaboration and future work, and the impact of the Sync 3 acquisition. In the last quarter, SoundHound showed a significant backlog of work to the tune of some $661 million. If it can show that it has increased this backlog further, the market may be receptive, but on the other hand, I think it might begin asking questions such as, why hasn't this backlog been monetized yet? So this is probably going to have a limited impact. Another one is restaurant customers. There's been talk of a major restaurant customer since March, but we still haven't got an announcement. I would like to see management talk about this, and if we get a customer reveal or talk of even more customer wins, the market could see this in a positive light. Also, SoundHound has recently been featured as a partner in NVIDIA's autonomous driving product suite, NVIDIA Drive, and I would like to hear about progress on this front because it offers exciting growth pathways. Finally, I want to hear management talk about the financial impact of the Sync 3 acquisition, which closed out last quarter. Has it improved revenue above expectations? Has it produced customer leads? The market probably wants to hear some sort of feedback on this acquisition. So those are some things that the market is interested in hearing about, but ultimately it's going to come down to revenue and guidance going forward. So let's move on to the chart. SoundHound has been declining over the past few days, which is a bit disappointing because I wanted to see it rally close to $6 before earnings, but we still have Thursday's session, so there's hope yet. Anyway, if we assume that SoundHound beats on both the top and bottom line and provides a good guidance, then we can expect a pop to $7 after hours. But if we get a bad result, the stock can tank as low as $3.50. I'm just going to hold my shares through earnings and wait before I do anything. If I do buy, it probably won't be until next week. If the stock does collapse to below $3, I might have to actually consider trimming some of my shares, but hopefully it does not come to that. Anyway, it's going to be volatile, so strap yourselves in for a ride and be careful out there. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button to get more SoundHound updates. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow.